Welcome to Love, Faith, Hope Church, located in 1923 West 51st Street in Chicago, Illinois, 60609. Our phone number is 773-430-8091. I'm Pastor Campbell, and I'm happy to be with you again on another Saturday as we are celebrating the month of May, and we call it Mother's Month. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, we have some of the most outstanding speakers this month. And today, I am proud to introduce my sister, Reverend Attorney Dr. Jackie Atkins. She's going to speak today and talk to us metaphysically on the terms and purpose of a mother. Reverend Jackie, do your thing. I love you. Listen.
Good morning. And thank each of you for your presence in this place this morning, because with each of you, we create a collective consciousness that will take us very, very far this morning. So I thank you for being here. Give yourselves a hand. For those of you who don't recognize me, folks say, who is she? I'm Reverend Jackie. Just got a little hair in the last couple of weeks or months or whatever. You know, it grows fast. I am glad to be back home. I was away. I took a 9-day hiatus. I didn't look at my computer one time, and my husband thought I was going to burst, and then it went away. All the withdrawal symptoms went away. Patty, they all went away, and I was okay. And then we were at POT. CUT was well represented at POT. Absolutely, absolutely. Our senior minister, our beloved Derek Wells, the Reverend Doctor, sends his blessings. He is doing church work this morning and said, okay, young lady, go and do what you're supposed to do. So I accept that, and I know that we are sending him love wherever he is doing the work for CUT. It is through me that my dream emerges. I am the place where my dream shows up. It is through me that my dream emerges. I am the place where my dream shows up. Repeat after me. Like the acorn has within it, all that is required to manifest the majestic oak tree, I have within me all that is required to manifest my magnificent dream. Now the question is, do you believe it? Well, if you believe it, then have you made the announcement? Have you made the announcement? You got to ask me what announcement. Thank you for asking. The announcement that you're pregnant. You are pregnant. Did you know that? You are pregnant. You see, the seed called desire was planted in us by God. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And we consummated our relationship by being determined and steadfast. We even made a decision. And those who haven't been along with us, you're getting the steps right now. Make sure you write them down, because we're talking about getting pregnant and consummating the relationship. And as we were making the decision, we completely fertilized the seed of our desire by asking. That was, if you don't know, the third step. We claimed, as Reverend Derek said last week. I went to the place where I had placed my dream and said, give it up now, I want it. So we are pregnant. We are pregnant with our dream and with so much potential, with lots of excitement, exhilaration. We have started this pregnancy. We have started on our way to birthing our desire. Yes? Yes. Yes, we are pregnant with our desire. Tell somebody, I'm pregnant with my desire. And so much potential. I know you men feel a little uncomfortable. It's all right, because you are. Now, during our pregnancy, we necessarily use nourishing nutrients and engage in righteous behavior. Here we call, here at CUT during this dream series, we call these the steps in our dream series. You see, we follow these steps, we take this nutrients, we do the righteous behavior so that we can bring our desire to full term. We understand, and do we? We understand we are in control of our success. Say, I'm in control of my success. So following the fantastic formula is not optional. It's mandatory. And the formula are, okay, no more repeating. The formula are the steps in our dream series. Now, you know the process. You've heard it. I've listened to all the tapes in preparation so that God could use me this morning. You've heard it. You've been living it. And again, for those who are here for the first time, don't be upset. Just go in there and get your CDs because you want to get every step. You need every step. It's like nourishing nutrients. It's like righteous behavior. You know the process. Those of us who've been here, we've heard it. We've even been living it. We've been living it. We've been nourishing ourselves by it. Step 4 was love. Living as the love that we are. Living as the love so that we could draw and receive all the substance, all the life, all the intelligence necessary to produce the baby called our desire. You with me? Step 5, we were feeding on unlimited faith. Unlimited faith. We were feeding on it, and we are feeding on it, forming our good in the invisible, forming the baby called desire. Step 6, we worked. We are working. For we know faith without work is dead. And we don't want the death of our desire. We want our desire to continue to form. We want our desire to continue to flourish. We want our desire to, at the right time, come forth. So faith without work. So we worked. We work for the success of our creation. We work for our desire. And we work so it will work for us. We work so it'll work. Say, I work so it'll work for me. And since we know that the baby called desire, and I couldn't name each of y'all's babies individually because I don't know what it is. I loved as I listened to the CD from last Sunday, Reverend Wells made it very clear. There is no small and big. There is just what God has placed in you, the seed that God has placed in you, the desire that is yours. Claim it, continue to know it, continue to work with your desire, and it will work for us. And that desire is all in our mind. So we use step 7. We think. For as we think it, we know it will be. As we think it, we know it will be. We think lovingly. We think wonderfully. We are very careful. I love the forgiveness. Thank you, Reverend Fanny, because that unforgiveness will clog up the thinking and will block up and abort that desire like big time. Watch your thoughts. You want to think the thoughts, the loving thoughts are going to nourish that baby, the thoughts of the mental equivalent of your desire. And I promise you, none of you all have a desire that has unforgiveness as a part of it. Do you? No. In step 8, we learn to use the power of the throat, the power of the tongue. We learn to use the power of the tongue, the power of our spoken word, because we know the spoken word continues to form and to shape our baby called desire. We know that our words are powerful. We know that as we speak, we are creating our tomorrow. As we speak, my baby is being impacted. We know that each word that I say has to be absolutely thought. I have to discipline my thinking and discipline my words. I cannot fall back on my default position, because my default position will place me right where I am right now, and I don't have my desire with me right now. We have to, words are so powerful, and yet they loosely fall from our mouths. And guess what? It's not just the words that come from your mouth. It's the words that are going through your mind. Right now, I like each of you right now, check on your mind. What is that song? Check your mind. Check what words are going through your mind. Think on any thought. If I said number 45, watch the words that are going through your mind. If I say your most recent disappointment, watch the words that are going through your mind. You have control. And if you don't use disciplined thinking and speaking, the baby will come out looking just like what you are thinking and speaking about. In step 8, in this word and learning the power of the tongue, we know that our spoken word does form and shape our baby called desire. It's so critically important right in through here. There's so much going on, so much going on. And default positions in that subconscious, if we haven't done any cleansing work lately, will take us to places we don't want to go. Is that right? I know all you all cleanse your subconscious. Mine ain't quite there yet, but I'm working on it. Now, any mother knows to pay attention, to listen to her body as she's going through her pregnancy, to feel the baby's kick, to listen, to be very aware of the baby. And as we are taught in step 9, we must listen. We must listen, being very aware and feeding on the wisdom of God. We have to listen to the intuitive directions. There's things for us to do while all the creation is still within. There are things for us to do, and we have to listen. And if you're like me, I don't know. I have to say, God, what am I to do today? God, how am I to speak today? What dress should I wear? Who should I call? What work goes first? What is the to-do list? Ask God, for God is waiting. And we need to listen to God's intuitive direction, guiding us to do all of the inner and outer steps so successfully so that we birth our desire. Step 10. We accepted the baby. We said yes. Well, after the baby was, the seed was planted and the consummation occurred and we're doing all the work and all the thinking, we have been accepting the baby. We have been saying yes. And in the womb, the embryo is there. In the womb of the mama, the embryo is there. In our mind, in the womb of our mind, the baby called our desire is there, you all. The baby called your desire is in your womb of your mind. And just as in the case with the baby in the womb, it ain't going to show forth as a part of your external physical experience until it is time. Tell your neighbor, it ain't coming out until it is time. I know. And for anybody who's carried a physical baby, you're talking about, well, when is it time, doctor? Until it is time. We've done a lot of steps. We've gone a long way once we have come into being pregnant and intentionally consummating that relationship so that the pregnancy and the desire and the baby can grow. But right now, we are in the meantime. We are in the meantime. Tell somebody, I'm in the meantime. We are in the meantime. You know, this meantime, we're in the period in between the two creations, the meantime experience. We are in the midst of the meantime experience. And in the meantime, we are waiting and our waiting is colored by our disposition. Listen to me. In the meantime, we are working as governed by our disposition, and we are wondering in the meantime, hopefully blessed, and I say hopefully, by our disposition. You see, in the meantime, it's all about step 11, disposition. It's all about step 11, disposition. So anybody bring their dictionary so you can look up and see what that word means? What is this disposition? It's what one motivational speaker says will take you to the mountaintop of success or will take you out of the game. It depends on your choice. Disposition is your attitude. It's your attitude. It's your temperament. It's your mental or emotional outlook or your mood. Let me say this to you. Can I tell you one thing? Can I make the choice for you this morning? Can I tell you that this morning there's only one choice? We all gonna be on one choice about our disposition. Yeah, I said it. We all gonna be on one choice. I don't care what you're saying in your mind. One choice. We're all gonna know this morning that our disposition is a choice. And our choice is to remember, choose you this day whom you shall serve. Our choice is to serve the creation that has already happened to ensure that it shows up as our experience. Are you with me? Our choice must be to choose gratitude as our disposition. Got to choose, say, I gotta choose gratitude. I need to hear everybody say, I gotta choose gratitude. Neil Donald Walsh's quote is as clear a reason as any as to why an attitude of gratitude must be the choice. You see, he says gratitude in advance is the most powerful creative force in the universe. Gratitude in advance is the most powerful creative force in the universe. A dream series is about creation. Tell your neighbor, the dream series is about creation. And we want to use the most powerful creative force in the universe. And so that's why we're going to choose gratitude. We're going to choose gratitude. We are in the meantime. Yes, creation has definitely happened in the real. That's capital R-E-A-L. And those of you who don't understand what I mean, sign up for JCI classes. But we are in the interim. We're in the interim. We're waiting for that dream to come into our three-dimensional experience. We're waiting for its manifestation. We're waiting for the baby to come forth. We're waiting. We're waiting. When Reverend Wells asked me to deliver this message on disposition, a message that is about what to do about manifesting in the meantime, I was immediately led to Wayne Dyer's Wishes Fulfilled, Mastering the Art of Manifestation. Mastering the Art of Manifestation. And for those of you who journeyed with me last semester in the JCI class, anybody in here who was with me in that, in that class, you know you're in for a treat because we're going to be reminded once again how to be the master of mastering our manifestation. Master of mastering our manifestation. Wayne Dyer makes it plain that gratitude is the disposition, the attitude that we must have to ensure a successful manifestation. And for us this morning, in my metaphor, to ensure a beautiful birth. And he so wonderfully shared 5 keys that are simple yet are profound for maintaining our chosen disposition and attitude of gratitude. So we're going to look at those. We're going to look at those 5 keys for the rest of the time we have together. Because if we don't do anything else, we want to know what can we do to maintain our attitude of gratitude in the meantime so when the labor pains come, I know what's going to happen? Huh? Yes? Yes. Albert Einstein's quote, imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. It leads us to the key, the first key, the number one key, called imagination. It's on your bulletin. It's on your bulletin. We know we are imagination, don't we? Do we know that's one of our powers? Mm-hmm. Some of us know. That's good. We have imagination as our power to turn, to form within exactly what we want to experience. That's what we do. Everything that has ever existed, I got to tell you this, I want you to listen to this and know this. Everything that has ever existed was first in an imagination. Everything that, look around, look at your hat, look at your dress, look at the chair, look at your shoes, look at you. Everything that ever existed was first in an imagination. So never, we're talking about in the meantime, never place in your imagination any thought that you would not want to materialize. Never allow, yeah, you can clap on that because that, you don't put no, don't put it there if you don't want to see it. Never allow, and this is another one, your imagination to be contaminated with ideas about how your life used to be, or be restricted with the conditions of your current situation, And do you hear what I'm saying? I'm saying don't let your imagination have to look back to tell you how to go forward. Don't let your imagination be stuck here and you trying to go here. Know that those ideas, looking back and looking right now, and that's all that's in your imagination, you'll experience everything you're experiencing. And I think you got a baby. I think you got a baby that's about to be born. So there's got to be some new experiences. Is that right? Use your I am, the conquering presence, to move beyond what used to be and tap into your unlimited potential. Use your I am. Everybody knows the I am, the Christ. Use that to tap into your unlimited potential and place that in your imagination. Go to the superconscious and say, okay, tell me what it's going to look like. Make it pretty. Give me some color. Give me some shape. Give me some money. Whatever your desire is, go there. Your imagination is yours alone. Allow no one else access. And especially, allow no one else to tell you what you can have or be or cannot have or be. You see, your baby is being created in your imagination, your inner picture that we see so clearly using our imagination. It's like a sonogram. Mamas, you know what a sonogram is. Some of you men know what a sonogram is. It's the picture of the baby in the womb. And your imagination is like that. And so when you start allowing people to drop stuff in, you start getting a picture that you really don't want to birth. I want you with eyes closed right now. I invite you just to close your eyes right now. And I want you to think on your desire. I want you to see the fine detail of what you have or what you're being right now. See the experience. Feel it. And be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. And as you do that, throughout the day, throughout the meantime, I affirm for you and with you an attitude of gratitude is my disposition in the meantime. In Romans 4, verse 17, it is written, in the presence of him whom he believed, God who gives life to the dead and calls those things which do not exist as though they did. Our attitude of gratitude is strengthened when we live from the end. That's the second key. living from the end. Wayne Dyer writes, he says, retrain your imagination so that it accepts the idea that anything placed there isn't for a future experience, but represents your reality right here and right now. Do you understand now? I'm going to say it again. He says to retrain your imagination so that it accepts the idea that what your dream is, what your desire is, isn't for the future, but in your mind's eye, it is right here and right now. We are to put our five senses into a lockbox so they can't make us believe what they perceive as reality. We are to put our five senses in a lockbox so that they can't make us believe what they perceive as reality. There is only one way to live from the end. It is to recognize and to live from the God presence within. Commit ourselves to our own greatness. Say, I am great. I am great. And the Christ lives within me. Wayne Dyer calls it your higher self. Jesus reminds us this way. Don't you know it is written that ye are God's? We are not limited to the third dimension. We are not limited to what was reported by our five senses. We are not, say, I am not limited to what's reported by my five senses. I can and you can make our imagination a place where we call things as we insist they be, even though they may not have appeared in the third dimension. This is where we must learn to trust, to think, and to live from, rather than in anticipation of. We must learn to trust, to think, and to live from the end, rather than in anticipation of. Hence, Dyer writes, that's living from the end. Living from the end means that my thoughts are the thoughts of God. My thoughts are the thoughts of God. They can't be in my regular intellect, huh? Living from the end, my thoughts are the thoughts of God. Say that. Living from the end means that my thoughts are the thoughts of God. Just think about that. Your thoughts are the thoughts of God. And thus, because our thoughts are the thoughts of God, I am God creating what I know is already present. Ooh. Repeat. I am God creating what I know is already present. Yeah, breathe. That's what Reverend would say. Breathe now. I am calling that which does not exist as though it did. Will our five senses fight us? What's the answer? Yes. Say it louder. Because that's how loud they're going to fight us. And our powerful protector is our I am. I turn into the Christ. I turn into the superconscious. I turn into the truth. And I let the five senses do, say, and be whatever they want to do, say, and be. Will our ego laugh at us? Yes. Oh, say it louder. Yes. However, just as with the five senses, the I am, the Christ, will comfort me when that intellect and that ego wants to say you crazy. When that intellect and that ego wants to say you can't have that, why are you acting like it's there? When that intellect and that ego says you're not enough, your mama wasn't enough, and your cousins weren't enough, why do you think you're going to have it? Do you understand what you do at that point? You turn within, don't you? You turn within. You hold on. I love what Charlie Brown says. Charlie Brown says, I hold on in the midst of a storm. I hold on to the I am. It's the law of assumption. The law of assumption. Neville writes about this. He says, be clear. This is not pretending or fooling yourself. It is inviting your spirit rather than your physical form to generate the creative essence of your reality. I'm going to say that again. Be clear that this is not pretending or fooling yourself. It is inviting your spirit, the truth of you, your higher self, the only thing that's going to last forever, rather than your physical form, to generate the creative essence of your reality. Living from this perspective, and nothing can dissuade you from the stance, because I am not hoping to get someplace. I'm already there. Yeah, I'm already there. And guess what? Gratitude will prevail as my disposition when I live from the end during the meantime. The third key is feeling it. Feeling it. If you can feel it, if you can feel the joy and other powerful emotions brought about by your thinking on your desire, then I promise you, gratitude will define your disposition. Neville writes it like this: that which you feel yourself to be, you are. And guess what? You are given, Karen, that which you are. You ain't given what you want. You're given that which you are. So assume the feeling that would be yours were you already in possession of your wish. And your wish must be realized. Live in the feeling of being the one you want to be and that you shall be. Live in the feeling, I'm going to say it again, of being the one you want to be and that you shall be. Make your dream a present fact by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That was all Neville. Now, you all get how Reverend Ike says it. You know what Reverend Ike says, don't you? What does Reverend Ike say? Come on, say it louder. The feelings get the blessing. He is saying what mysticals and wise men for years and years and years and years have been saying, including our brother Jesus. He is saying it so that maybe it'll stick with us. We say it frivolously. We say the feeling gets the blessing. But this morning, I'm alerting all of us, including myself, to become aware of the importance of feelings. Be careful about what you are feeling. And make sure your feeling is a feeling of completion for your desire, or feelings that will support the successful birthing of your desire. Feelings, the importance of feelings and the crucial role in advancing you from someone who merely has wishes to actually experiencing your wishes as your present life. We have learned in our JCI classes about thinking and feeling. How many have learned that in some JCI class about the mystical marriage? Okay, well, Alberta, there's a lot of people that are going to be in class to learn about that, okay? And the mystical marriage, they bring about the birth of the baby or the manifestation of the dream. Dyer writes it real plain. I want you to listen. No assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, no fulfillment of your wish. Repeat after me. No assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. No fulfillment of my wish. It's important to know that the role of our conscious and our subconscious, and that's another whole class, but I just wanted to mention it. Our conscious mind, and I think our pastor mentioned it to us before, is responsible for only about 4 or 5% of all of our actions, including what you manifest. And it's your subconscious, which is on autopilot, which after being impressed by your conscious mind is responsible for 95 or 96% of what's going on. Now, here's the deal. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feelings. Do you get it? So if you don't feel it, don't you expect it, because the subconscious won't know how to spit it back out to you, okay? Neville writes, no idea can be impressed on the subconscious mind until it is felt. But once it is felt, good, bad, or indifferent, it shall be expressed. Knowing that the feeling shall get the blessing as you feel the truth of your desire and the upcoming birth of it, Knowing that, you are truly able to maintain your disposition of gratitude. The last two, the fourth and fifth keys to maintaining a disposition of gratitude during this meantime, they're similar, but just going to spend brief time on each of them. The fourth is, as it says, your attention, please. Your attention, please. The key pulls us to the scripture. Whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. He is reminding us, your attention, please, in your attention, please. In the meantime, it's a code for telling us to become conscious of our own internal thoughts that are working to persuade us to abandon our desire. I think our pastor told us those feelings that I am not enough or there is not enough. They will sneak up in there. We've cleansed our subconscious, but there's some more cleansing to be done. There's some stuff that just happened yesterday or day before that's dropped down in there. We got to go and cleanse it out. Our subconscious has got to be cleansed because we don't want anything to come forth except our dream. We don't want to abort the baby. We don't want anything but perfection, the desire that we know is ours. And so our attention, please, says, become conscious of our internal thoughts that are working to persuade us to abandon our desire, to abandon our baby. Whenever it is something that is negating what you are in the process of manifesting, close your eyes. You better hold on. The only way I know to hold on is close your eyes and hold on to the Christ. Sit quietly and hold on to the Christ and repeat your I am to yourself until you feel it reverberating through your body, whether it is I am, well, I don't know your desires, I don't know what your baby looks like, you do, and you repeat it, and you repeat it quietly. The Christ in you will repeat it until it's reverberating throughout your body. Your attention, please, tells us to be on guard. Be on guard against any external information or facts. Any external information or facts arguing against the birth of our desire. There's not enough money. The bank didn't give me the loan. They don't like me too much. They're not going to let me in. I have eaten another chocolate cake, and I know I need to lose 30 pounds. Don't let those external items either block your good birthing of your baby. Be ever ready, whatever the facts or information that you are receiving from the external that's against your baby, against your desire, be ready to dismiss it. Cover your intentions with substance. Make sure your intentions are like glue that's sticking to your desire. Your intention is to, I am, you fill it out. I have, you fill it out. I am, you fill it out. And make sure your intentions keep going to that. Keep going to what you know is already yours. Nothing will break you. Nothing will break you. Nothing will break you if, in fact, you hold on and keep speaking the truth within and without and removing yourself from facts. You don't have to sit around. You don't even have to be rude. You can just remove yourself from the situation. Your attention, please. This is the one where we often get in trouble as we're almost ready to come to a close. It is, do not invite others to support your birthing. It is a private matter, folks. Keep your attention on that manifestation. It's a spiritual matter. It's a spiritual matter. So my birth, my pregnancy, my baby is my business. And if I try to make it Chester's business, he may tell me, girl, you crazy. Understand that manifestation is a spiritual matter. It defies logic. It defies facts, past experiences, and scientific info. Keep your attention on the manifested desire. Keep your attention on your baby. it will certainly leave you with a disposition that is an attitude of gratitude in the meantime. And the fifth key, how many of you all slept last night? And before you went to sleep, what you think about? I know y'all would think about all kind of who shot Johns and why they do that and why this man running and what is this and what they said. They said what? Do you know that when you go to sleep, your subconscious wakes up? Do you understand that the greatest power for your subconscious, that's why I now understand why Reverend Coleman used to stand up and say, it's all right if you're sleeping, because you're really going to get it. When you go to sleep, your last few thoughts are what drops into your subconscious, and it works there, and it works there, and it works there. And so when you wake up feeling like whatever you felt like, you know why. The fifth key to ensuring that you have an attitude of gratitude in the meantime is to think on your baby. Think on the beauty of it. Think on the perfection of it. Think on the wonderment of it. Think on the wonderment of something. Do not go to sleep worrying, disgusted, questioning, why did they do that? Stick to the birthing of your baby. Don't worry about nobody else's baby. Don't worry about nobody else's baby. And you know, if the subconscious gets it, it will play it back to you. So use your final moments as you're going to sleep to review what you intend to manifest, to birth in your life. Relish in those thoughts and feel it as you go off to sleep. I promise you that as you awaken in the morning, your disposition of gratitude is guaranteed. Let me say as I close, this is your Dream Series 2018. This is your Dream Series 2018. I'm going to say it again. This is your Dream Series 2018. Allow your dream to happen. Don't block your baby's birth in the meantime. Allow the baby to come to full wonderment. Know how important step 11 is in your meantime experience, your disposition. If it's something other than gratitude or wonderment or love or joy, your disposition is critically important in the meantime experience. Make it gratitude by treasuring and using your greatest gift, your imagination. Make it gratitude by living as if your desire is already here. Make it gratitude by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Make it gratitude. Never let your attention be directed by anybody or anything other than your own highest self. Make it gratitude. Make it gratitude. You see, Christian Armstrong says, when we focus on gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out and the tide of love rushes in. And may I tell you that love is a drug of choice. So hold on to gratitude as you await the birthing of your baby. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Reverend Jackie. Oh my God. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Listen. We are just, we're loving mothers. And if you love your mother, give her some love and say, Mama, I love you. If your mother's not here, say, God, thank you for my mother. And say in the universe, Ma, thanks. Listen, I love you. Tune us in next week. We got one more Mother Week to go. And wow, you're going to be excited to hear this person. Listen, go to our website, lovefaithhopechurch.org, and see what we're doing in the community. Be glad to see what you can do and how you would like what we are really doing. I love you. I bless you. I see nothing but the best in you, okay? The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you until we meet again. For we know that we are God's special creation. Nothing or no one can harm us because he lives. We can face tomorrow. This day is in divine order, and so are we, because we have the victory. I just want to touch you. There you go. There you go. Somebody's crying because their mother's not here. But listen, she's right here next to you in the spirit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and thank God. God bless your consciousness. I'll see you next Saturday at high noon. I love you.